Hey guys, welcome back to the WODdoc Project365, episode 128. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about mobilizing the TFCC, that's the triangular fibrocartilage complex. That's a mouthful. Anyway, and we talked about taking care of this outside or pinky side of your hand, and also, basically it was a mobilization, right? And it was a mobilization for outside, pinky side, ulnar side, whichever one you want to call it, wrist pain, okay? Well, a lot of times, it's not because of immobility that we have that wrist pain, but it's because of laxity or hypermobility. So I want to give my wrist as an example because I have a perfect example on this one. Just from just repetitive strains, working with my hands every single day, all that other type of stuff. If you notice, if you look at my wrist, what we see is this little bump sticking up. Now, little anatomy, this is my ulna, right? On the other side is my radius. When that little bump sticks up a lot, this is called your ulnar styloid process, right? And if I push right here in my hand and support that, you can kind of see how that wrist, it even made like a little audible crack right there, how that wrist bone just kind of moves pretty readily, pretty rapidly. This is a sign of somebody that has, hyperlaxity in the outside portion of their wrist, right? So we're going to demonstrate a taping procedure for this. Now, a lot of times in the athletic world, it's so common, especially if you're on football sidelines or something like that, just to do make the fist, right? And then you put it against the trainer's chest like such, right? And he'll just kind of do the whole white athletic tape type of thing. That's great, and in a pinch, I think that works. I'm going to show you an additional way to do that using Rocktape, just because it's more of a functional type taping. I got great benefit on it. A bunch of my patients do. So, well, we're gonna try it out. Here's the setup for it. You're gonna need a couple things because just something to put our hand next to, and then 2 pieces of Rocktape. Okay, so you take 2 complete pieces. Okay. They're the same sizes, and then once you make that complete piece, you're going to cut 1 piece in half to make 3 total pieces, right? The Rocktape would be measured by making a full length around your wrist, but remember this sucker is going to stretch. What we're going to do is we're going to take 1 piece right here. We're going to take off the little bit of the end, and the first place we're going to start is this is called your snuff box right there. Okay, we're going to come from right there, and we're going to put the tape on and apply it like such. Okay, from right here, we need to be able to neutralize that distal radial, ulnar radial joint. And the way that I do that is I push down onto any firm object, but I need to have it so that my wrist is still exposed. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get this tape kind of ready to go. I'm going to give myself a couple inches to spare here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this sucker really tight, just to give you a little bit so you can see. So what I do, grab the chair, push down, neutralize that joint, pull really tight there, come around, and then just paper off tension for the rest of it. Okay, next one is going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to start right next to the other one. Now remember, the front one, or the distal one, started this way and went towards my pinky. This one is going to start almost the same location, but it's going to wrap around this way. Okay? So again, everything's going to work pretty much the same exact way. I'm going to get a couple inches here, all right? I'm going to neutralize that distal radial ulnar joint by pressing downward on the outside of my hand. Okay? I'm going to bring this up and around, tack it, and then paper off tension. Now what you'll notice is just right off the bat, that's not sticking up as much, right? But we still have some movement. So we're going to reinforce it by taking a 3rd piece. That 3rd piece, what we do is we fold it in half, we tear it in the middle, okay? This is a little bit tricky. Normally, like, this is done by another person, but I'm showing you how to do it yourself. What you're going to do is you're going to tap down that one side, okay? Once you do that, the top could be just put it off and paper off tension, okay? The bottom side, or the outside, we're going to get this sucker like this. We're going to put our hand back on there to neutralize, like such. Neutralize that piece. Pull really tight on the outside. Once I get to the outside and I tack it back down, I'm just going to, again, paper off tension. And what we're going to notice is that it moves a lot less. Of course, there's some movement there, but it moves a lot less. So the thing I like about this is we still have what we call dynamic stability. We have stability that still allows a certain amount of movement. Now we have some wrist support, but some movement at the same time. So guys, this is the way that I like to tape our wrists nowadays, especially when we're doing any type of Olympic lifting, cleans, jerks, snatches, any one of those front racks. So try that one out. I'll give you like step-by-step instructions on the web today. So make sure you check back on that website for the full post. All right, guys. Until tomorrow, we're optimizing function to optimize performance.